Ready? So, Suyog, what shall we discuss?
Actually, what I heard of this sutta is that lay followers in the times of Buddha, how to be mindful is how to be mindful in the situation of daily life is being told by Buddha. I think so in that sutta. And other things is that how you should react to the everyday life, like a daily life of a lay followers, like without being attached to anything.
No, in that sutta, if I were to go through it, it doesn't talk about that.
Okay.
He talks about the four kinds of mindfulness or satipatthana.
Okay.
So Buddha says, see here it says, after he meets him, he says it's when the bhikkhu meditates by observing an aspect of the body, keen, aware and mindful, rid of desire, aversion for the world. That is either Kandaraka, that is his name. Bhikkhu kaye kayanupassi viharati atapi sampajano satima vineya loke abhijja domanasan. Same thing with Vedana, same thing with Chitta, same thing with Dhamma. And then he says, yes, even we do that whenever we find time. Okay, and then he says that human beings are worse than animals, that animals will show its color only to the body, whereas human beings change in their body, speech and mind. Okay, and then in that sutta, Buddha says that there are four kinds of people. One person who mortifies, meaning trouble himself, committing to practice of troubling or mortifying or what we can say, torturing himself. And there are people who will torture others, commit to the practice of torturing others. And there are people who would torture themselves and others. And there are people who would neither torture themselves nor torture others. And they are committed to practice of not torturing themselves or others. So these are the four. And Buddha asks, which one are you comfortable with? And he says that I am not comfortable with the other three. That is one who tortures himself and one who tortures others, one who tortures himself and others, but I really like the one who does not torture himself nor he tortures others. And after that he leaves and goes away. So where in this sutta did you find that he explains how you should be in a lay life? If you can tell me that, then we can go from there.
No, I don't think so. He's talking about that. I think it might be like what is in the daily life you should not harm others and ourselves also. That may be the thing that he wants to tell.
Yeah, so what is that he explains after he leaves? This one, the one what Buddha taught. Okay, that he talks after this lay follower leaves. He now teaches the bhikkhus, saying that what it is. So he says that ida bhikkhave tatagato loke upajjati araham samma sambuddho vijja charana sampanno Sugato Lokavidu Anuttaro Purisa Dhamma Sarati Satta Deva Manusanam Buddho Bhagava Iti. So very rarely a person called as Buddha will come, and he will have all of these which we already spoken. And he says that so imam lokam sadevakam samarakam sabrahmakam sasamana brahmanim pajam sadeva manusam sayam abhinya satchikatva pavedeti. That means he has realized on his own insight, nothing taught, with its gods and maras and brahmas, people who are ascetics and brahmins, gods or humans, and he makes known to the others. So then what is he supposed to do? So he says, staying in a house life is difficult, so I will shave my head and become a recluse. I become a bhikkhu. So he says, after some time, they give up their large or small fortune and a large or a small family circle. They shave off their hair and beard, dress in orchard robes, and go forth from lay life to homelessness. And once they have done that, then they will establish 10 Kusala Dhamma. Okay, so he says, Panati Patam Pahaya Panati Pata Patibirato Hoti Nihita Dando Nihita Satto Lajji Dayapanno Sabba Pana Bhuta Hitano Kampi Viharati. And this one I had sent it to you, that Kunda Sutta. I think I had sent the PDF file on Friday. In that you will find all of these 10 Kusala. So now, instead of going through this, we have to understand as a lay follower, first we need to know what is the goal we have to put. So the maximum we can reach in a lay life is Anagami. So out of us, is anybody is interested in becoming an Arhat, then necessarily he has to come out of lay life. There's no other way. Okay. Now what you can do in a lay life? That means in a normal waking life, what is that you can do with family and with jobs, with everything being there? What is that a person can do? A person can at the max be a Sotapanna and then try to cleanse or remove or filter out the 5 hindrances to a reasonable extent, because that's the only thing which is possible. So Kama Chanda will be there, Vyapada will be there, Thinnamida will be there, Udacha Kukkucha will be there, Visikicha also will be there. To a Visikicha, to a very less extent. It's not that completely it is gone, it's not that it is there. So when you have reached Sotapanna, there what happens is, for you to, for let us say myself, if I have to go beyond it, there should be no doubt. So when I say no doubt, it means that if I read a sutta, then I should be able to understand. So if I were to do that, then I need to be reading sutta all the time. That means I have slightly have to move away from my lay life, or I need a Bhante or somebody under whom I am going to study. Okay, how many hours should I study? It should be not less than half a day, every day. See, what we are meeting is hardly 1 hour. And I have no idea what you are going to do in the mornings of yours. How much Dhamma are you practicing? Meaning you are reading and understanding and practicing. Let us say we are only meeting in the night, like 8:30 to 9:30. In that 1 hour, you will remain where you are. meaning you will remain a Sotapanna, which is fine. Absolutely no problems on that. Now what is that you want to do? You have to make it for yourself, meaning the whole group. You have to decide what is that you want to achieve. Then work out. Meaning, let's say your idea is Anagami. Then you have to be always on Dhamma. Then it works. Now, when I say Dhamma, it doesn't mean that you should become a bhikkhu, or you have to become a samanera, or you have to become a savaka. You don't have to do that. While working, while doing, you have to watch your breath. So Bhavesh had called up some days ago. So he wanted to know, he asked me one good question. I don't remember his question, but I know the answer what I told him. See now, the 5 khandhas, how to see that or whatever. Now what is the practice when walking, sleeping, sitting, standing and all that? Easy way out is watch your breath and see how much of the breath is going away. Okay, whenever you can, let us say I am now wanting to watch something and I have to immediately, the Kama Chanda will start. Let's say I want to watch a movie, 2 hours. If I consider the amount of breath which will go away in that 2 hours, in that 2 hours I could have done something on Dhamma to safeguard myself from Kamachanda. Then immediately mind withdraws that Kamachanda. Otherwise it would like to go and enjoy. So that many hours is gone because I'm feeling bored. So if I watch the breath, I will come to know that I am wanting to enjoy something. So from there I can start with anicca. Then I will see the dukkha. Then I will see the anatta. Then the patija samutpada. So this practice, if we are able to do on a consistent basis in every work we are trying to do, then slowly it takes us from Sotapanna to Sakadagami to Anagami, and in that stages we will be able to implement Satipatthana. That is Kaya Kaya Anupassi Viharati. So we can take one of them. We can take Iriya Pabbam or Sampajana Pabba, or we can take Anapanasati, or we can take the charnel ground meditation, or we can take the 4 dhatus. Take whatever. In that we will be able to see the Vedana, what is the feeling I am getting, and the Chitta, what kind of Chittas are coming, whether it is with Kamachanda or Vyapada or whatever. So Raga, Saragam, Sadosam, Samoham, or without Raga, without Dvesha, without Moha. What is that I am getting? And once I really see what I am getting, I just become an observer, it goes away. So if I watch the breath, 5 senses, everything is coming and going. So I was telling him, sound you watch, somebody is talking, just observe his face. His face keeps on changing. So you can't really say that you are seeing the same person. Just like I am speaking now, if I see myself in this camera, I can see that the mouth is changing, the eyes are changing, my hands are changing. So everything is really arising and passing away. So the previous shape is gone, or the previous image is gone, and a new image has come, and that image is gone, the next image has come. So we can see it's going in frame by frame. So this observation, when we do Suyogi, we can really see that it is not worth to get engaged in Kamachanda or Vyapada or Thinamida, Udacha, Kukucha, Visikicha, and that helps us to work out on the Dasa Akusala. Again, starting with Abhiccha and all that. So whether we take there or we take here, so Panati Pata and Adinadana, all that. So this, both of them, that is removing the 5 hindrances and the dasa kusala, as we start working, what would happen? We start implementing the 4 Pachavekana, that is reflection. What is that I am trying to do? I am trying to earn for a living, not live for earning. Actually, right now we are living for earning. There is fear that tomorrow this money or whatever wouldn't be sufficient. So I had gone to my cousin's brother home today. So we were having this discussion. So I was telling him, can we make an attempt to lead our life for today and not consider for tomorrow? Is it possible? Meaning to say, we can see that everything is going away. So morning has gone, afternoon has gone, evening has gone. Now we are in the night. After this, when we sleep, we have no identification of ourselves. If we have identification, then we can't sleep. So the moment there is no identification, we go to sleep. Okay, so that means all that I am doing from morning till evening, in the night it gets erased. Can I watch this? Not relishing in sleep, can I watch this? Meaning all the sankharas of the morning, can be anything. Can be Kaya Sankhara, Vachi Sankhara, Mano Sankhara, all the 3 sankharas are completely washed out. There is no trace. I can't say that I was doing this. I can only say as a memory, but I cannot bring it back. So the morning, let us say, right from going and bringing milk home to going on a walk, whether I walked very nicely, I exercised very nicely, or I did not exercise, nothing of that is going to get retained. Okay, so it's like the sound comes and goes away, sight comes and goes away, the touch comes and goes away, the smell comes and goes away, the taste comes and goes away, the thought comes and goes away. So it's all coming and going away. So we can see anicca nature. Upada is also happening, Vaya is also happening. It's not that only Upada is happening, it's not only Vaya is happening. We are able to see Upada Vaya. That means it is arising and passing away. Both can be seen. So the day has arisen. Then after some time, the sun is even more sharper. Then it is even more sharper. And after that, Atthangama is going to happen. Udayangama, Atthangama. Udayangama means sunrise, Atthangama means sunset. So this, in between these two, a whole cycle goes. So it really doesn't matter what I have done for today. That sankhara. Can I watch it? If I can watch it continuously while working, whatever I am working, job or this or that, or gone to the washroom, eating, sitting, standing, bending the body, all that. If I am able to watch, I can watch arising, I can watch passing away. Breath is arising and passing away. In the same way, each of these body parts, if I am bending my fingers, it was straight, now that is gone. In its place, these bent fingers are there. And we can see the eyes, it winks. So it has arisen and passed away. So we can watch in every place, and the whole world also is arising and passing away. So that means all beings are arising and passing away. So it is dukkha. If anything arises and passes away, it's not going to stay. If it is not going to stay, it means it's going to create dukkha. If it is going to create dukkha, then I can't say it is mine. Only those which can stay with me I can make as mine, and nothing stays with me. That means even the body is not staying even for a day. So it is changing. So the beard was not there, now the beard has appeared. Now tomorrow I'll shave. It seems like I don't have a beard, but very next day the beard comes. Again I have to shave. Meaning to say that it's a continuous process. As soon as I shave, the beard is going to come. As soon as I eat, body will digest the food, and then again hunger is going to come. As soon as I drink water, after some time I am going to drink again water. As soon as I go to the washroom for urination or for feces, I can't say, there ends it. It's not going to come back again. No. Again, it is going to come back. Again it arises, again passes away. So urine arises, urine passes away. Feces arises, feces passes away. Sweat arises, sweat passes away. Okay, so I can see this arising and passing away, which is dukkha, because the more it arises and passes away, I cannot get it back. So that is what the aging is all about. So we can see the jara. Because of jati, there is jara. Because of jara, there is marana. Because of marana, there is soka parideva. So we can now see the patisamutpada till from the beginning. So in the lay life itself, we can do this. So what is the advantage of a lay life is we have a partner, can be a wife or a husband, and there will be children, a daughter, son, 2 or 1, it doesn't matter. Then we have parents, so all become a family. We can watch everybody arising and passing away. But this will only take us to anagami level. Why? Because there is an attachment to the family. Not with kamachanda and vyapada, they are gone, but still the 5 fetters are there. So to remove all the fetters, all the 10 fetters or the samyojana, we have to come out of the family life. If at all we want to become an arhat and complete the 10 dasa kusala, convert it into 10 kusala. So now I cannot remove the dasa akusala completely. Why? Because I am conditioned by the society, I am conditioned by the family, I am conditioned by obligations. So I can't be 100% able to do that. So anagami level itself is difficult. So we will be somewhere as a sotapanna, definitely a sotapanna, and maybe a sakadagami. Rarely an anagami. Yeah.
In sakadagami we say we're not having anything, like we're detaching from everything.
No. No. It's not like that. What is that we are detaching from? We are detaching from possession orientation. You don't feel like possessing, meaning you will earn, you will do everything. You will have a wife, you will have a father, you will have a mother, you will have a brother, you will have a sister, you have son, you have daughter, you have a home, but you don't feel that you possess them. Why? Because you are able to see arising and passing away clearly, more clearly than a sotapanna. So you know by possessing, by feeling the possession, you are burdening yourself. So you would like to unburden it. So your kamachanda and vyapada is going to come down, because possession is required for you to have kamachanda and vyapada. So when that possession itself is not there, kamachanda vyapada will reduce. And that helps to reach anagami level, because then there is no kamachanda and vyapada at all. because the Nivarnas have totally got eliminated. So the Visikicha is gone completely by the time we are Anagami. Then Udacha is gone completely. Then we have Vyapada completely gone. Then we have Kamachandaya or Abhicha completely gone. Udacha, restlessness, is very little. Restlessness to establish into jhana is there. Restlessness on kama is not there. But still a fetter or samyojana. Now what are the 5 samyojanas which are there at this stage? So we have udacha as it is. Little or whatever it is there. Then we have this ruparaga. The 2-3 jhanas what we are doing. First, second, third. Sukha. So we are attached to that sukha. Then aruparaga. So the 4, especially you will get attached when you have this experience of infinite space, akashananchayatana, and infinite consciousness. When you really see everything is conscious and you feel so happy because there is no matter, there is no rupa. So vinyananchayatana. And when you come to akinchayatana, you feel really stable. You know what happens in akinchayatana? I think I explained to you, but it's good to know. You'll really see everything is just like a mirror, rear view mirror, and every object is coming and going away. You are not doing anything. And you find that nothing is there in that. It's just shining surface, but nothing is there. That's the reason he says, na kinchi. There's nothing. A kinchayatana. Kincha means little. There's nothing. There's no little thing also there in that ayatana, in that home. If I go and see, there's nobody at home. Then we come to neva sanya na sanya ayatana. This is very difficult, but when we practice it of neva sanya na sanya ayatana, then your mind is literally fixed to that. So either we get ruparaga or we get into aruparaga. So the ruparaga is the 3 jhanas. 4th jhana we might do it very well, but then the remaining 4 jhanas, arupa jhanas, will get attached to that. So we will have udacha to establish the first 3 jhanas or the 4 jhanas and the 4 arupa jhanas. So we will have udacha for these 2. So udacha, ruparaga, aruparaga. Then we have mana. Mana for Buddha Dhamma. That I know Buddha Dhamma. And avijja. These 5 are going to be there. So you have to get out of these 5. We have to come out of lay life. So what we can at the maximum do is to become anagami or reach anagami, which is such a relief by itself. So now the question is, Suyog, what's your goal?
My goal will be a stepwise process, Panthil. It won't be like directly going to Arant, but it's like if I am a Shrutabhanna, then I will first go to Sakadagami. At Sakadagami, then I will proceed to
No,
Arant.
that's correct. No, that is correct. But what is your goal? Do you want to end the journey in this life, or do you want to establish something and then another life we come and do it, or you want to be in the Shuddhavasa by becoming an Anagami? Because all of these are experiential and all of these can be verified by oneself. Okay, now how do you know? I think we have spoken many number of times about this, about Sotapanna. Simple. You understand Buddha Dhamma, that means you are Sotapanna. Simple. There is no other answer to it. So some people feel that they should not have kamaraga, they should not have this. It's not like that. You will not have any idea to kill anyone or anything and do some things, and you will not do it, and you will not kill your father, you will not kill your mother, you will not kill an arahant, you will not hurt physically any of you will not hurt Buddha, you will not hurt arhat. And these days we don't know anybody is an arhat, we don't have Buddha. So two things straightforward gone. And I don't think so any one of us are interested in killing our own father and mother. That is also gone. And you will not create a schism in the Sangha. So which anyway we are not doing. And that's the reason, Suyog, when you ask me, can I go to Bodh Gaya? Yes, you go. Don't get into fights, argument with Bhantes, because then we are creating schism, which is not good for our own spiritual progress. So whether they are teaching right or we are teaching wrong, okay, it's their problem. But having you understood Dhamma, if you want to pose a question to a Bhante, go ahead and pose, to ask him how can he help somebody to become a Sotapanna or somebody to become a Sakadagami or Anagami. Check his answers. If you find yes, he knows it, very good, it's helpful. If you know that he doesn't know, it's fine, leave it, continue your whatever practice you're doing. That's
I wanted to ask, if a person is Anagami, then up to what jhana he can go?
He can go to all the 9 jhanas, that's not a problem, but he cannot establish there.
Means I didn't get it. What is the establishment?
See, I'll tell you. Take my own example. So this morning I was sitting. It was such a nice jhana, but I could not continue for the whole day. Now what happens? The Nivaranas will start to slowly enter. Not much, but it would enter. Now let me give you a real practical example what I do. So now what I do is I start watching the breath going and coming and going. So I'll keep on tracking. Oh, this much of life has gone. And yesterday is gone. And this morning so much is gone. So then I will start to see how Rupa is gone, the Vedana is gone, the Sanya is gone, Sankhara is gone, Vijnana is gone. Now what is Vijnana here? The Vijnana is the sight, sound, taste, touch, smell, and the thought. Now if I really keep on watching, one can see that none of these have stayed from the time I was born till now. No sight has stayed, no sound has stayed, no taste has stayed, no touch has stayed, no smell has stayed, no thoughts have stayed. That means anatta. That means I cannot consider it to be mine because they have not stayed, they have arisen and they have gone. If I see my own body, this body, it has arisen, but none of that body is there. Yesterday's body is not there. We met on Friday, today we are on Monday, but Saturday and Sunday, the body has completely changed. So that I can keep on watching. So then what happens? The mind, Savitak, will have first one, Nekkhamma Sankappo, because now it can see the yesterday is not there. I was sleeping. That means this body was sleeping. It was on rest mode. got up. No longer body can be found on the bed. Now it has come. It has taken a seat here. So there is a room is empty now of that body which was there. So when I see that, it becomes nekkamma. That is renunciation. You renounce, you leave it. Then what I do is I look at vyapada at that point in time. Is any irritation coming into my mind? Abhyapada sankappo and avihimsa sankappo. Is there any, by nature, some violent things are coming, harming to myself or to others? So if I create that sankappo, then vichara will be on that. Then immediately piti will start. Okay. Now the question comes, how long can I sit like that? So let's say today morning I sat at 4, somewhere like 4:13 or 15, was there in that state for 5:40, 5:35, something like that. And after that also I was able to be in that state. After that what happened? It went away. Then my job, whatever I'm doing, and in between I was doing it, again went away. Okay, now what's the difference? The difference here is that the level of irritation and this level of attraction. So in the case of a sotapanna, the level of irritation is high. This level of attraction is also high. In the case of sakadagami, the level of irritation is low. The level of attraction is also low. In the case of anagami, there is no attraction, there is no repulsion. Both are not there. So the mind remains calm, peaceful. So in that way, you can see the difference right now, how your mind is. So that's the jhana. But the jhana what an arhat would do is totally different. That means you can associate with, or you can stay in the state of 5 arupa jhanas, that is sanya vedate nirodha. But that doesn't happen like I have closed my shop for 7 days and gone. That has not happened, no. This one what I am sitting is hardly how many minutes? 5 minutes. Because that state will come when you will not remember anything. You are not sleeping, but you are not there. With this practice, you will see infinite consciousness. Then you will see nothingness. Then you will see some perception is there of sight, sound, taste, touch, smell. And after that it goes. So neva sanya na sanya ayatana, and after that there is no sanya of these 5 sense objects and no vedana also. There is no feeling of an object coming to this sense door. That means that vijnana which is attaching between the sense object and senses no longer arise. And that's exactly what he says in that Vijnanam Anidarsanam, where this Vijnana is the one which is coming and attaching the sense and the sense object. It's not there. But what is the difference between an Anagami and Arhat? In an Arhat Phala Samapatti, he is able to stop for days together. That I am not able to do. So that Sanya Vedate Nirodha, when you just sit and for few minutes nothing is arising and nothing is passing away. What it really means, object is not arising and object is not passing away. The Vijnana is not arising, the Vijnana is not passing away. If Vijnana arises, it will pass away. So where does it arise and where does it pass? It arises in the chakku. It arises in the sight, rupa. And it connects together. Tanha starts in its connection. Now the vijnana doesn't even arise between the eye and the sight. Like that, finally the mind. There is no Dhamma, there is no mind. Because the vijnana is not connecting. So what happens? You are sitting straight and you are just there. The body is still. There is no feeling. There is nothing. But how long? Few minutes. After that, again you're bringing it up. Then again it goes. It stays for 10 minutes, let's say. So my Sanya Vedate Nirodha is only for 10 minutes. So for that, I have to create a preparation. So I have to do the Panatipata, Adinnadana, all that. Complete dasas, akusala have to be removed, make kusala. So how do I do it? In my own way. Is that considering that the yesterday was not there, considering that every moment, every person is dying, is it any good to kill a living being like an ant, like a mosquito, to anything? So mind becomes stable. Then Adinnadana, is it worth to really do stealing when the body itself is not going to stay next moment? What's the point in stealing? Then what's the point in Kameshu Michachara? What's the point in Musavada, Pisunavacha, Parusavacha, Sampapalapa, Abhicha, Vyapada, Michaditi? So 3, 4, 3, 10. And then working out on Nivarana. So first Nivarana is Abhicha, then Vyapada, then Thinnamida, Udacha Kukucha, Visikicha. These many. So when we work like that, you come to a state when you are able to establish the 4 Rupa Jhanas and the 4 Arupa Jhanas without any problem. Because your Vitaka Vichara Piti Sukha Ekagata is happening. There's no break. Yeah.
So it means, but the moment your Kusala Kammas are increasing and Akusala Kammas are decreasing, the timing of that part of nothingness will increase.
Yes.
And that will tell that you are progressing in a spiritual journey.
Correct.
Like the more the nothingness, the more you are progressing.
Yes. Otherwise, you will not be able to establish it. That's what I have found. That the more I am in Kusala, the maximum time I am able to establish. The more in Akusala, the lesser time it takes to come out.
So right now, after like a half an hour, like I come to a stage of nothingness. Like, okay, fine, there is completely darkness, there is nothing like on my body and all, but it hardly stays for 2 minutes or 1 minute. But then, as my Kusala Kammas will increase, that timing will increase.
Yes, absolutely. That is how it works. Good. So this is what we can do in a normal way, lay life. This is exactly what we can do with all our what we can say, all our obligations.
All our responsibilities and
Responsibility, obligation, family, extended family, little family, big family, small family, doesn't matter. But this is what we can do. Okay, so no other question, then we will end.
Yes.
No, one question is there. I heard about that if we do substance or some like acid or something like that, we liberate very fast. Is it true?
I did not understand.
Substance, that means you can say that the ganja or something like that, acid or something that
LSD, like LSD
LSD, yes, LSD, join. So with that we liberate very fast, or we reach to that consciousness, we reach to that place directly.
Yes, so and then I will then explain through a very nice science. So there is something like this in the brain. I think Suyo can add. There are two hemispheres in the brain, and these two hemispheres are not connected. They are separate. The left and the right. They look like space. And there is the central channel which runs from the brain till the end of this brain, from cerebellum and all that. So you have the prefrontal cortex, and then it splits automatically. So if you remove the brain, it comes in two parts. Now there is something called as direct mode network. So if you are knowing something about neural network, it really helps you. If you don't know, that's okay, but you would have enjoyed it if you know neural network.
Yes, we know that. With synapse and that is there, no?
Synapse. Synapse.
Between the electrochemical impulse comes and
Yes.
that goes to the brain.
Correct. So the objective here through spirituality or through psychedelic, so it's called as psychedelic drugs. So what is the meaning of psychedelic? Means psyche means mind, delics means to modify. So you modify the psyche or the mind. So what happens is, generally our mind, the brain is connected by left and right hemisphere through wiring. So that wiring is called as synapse. It creates messages which will connect each other. So there is a direct mode network or default mode network which already has information which will calculate everything from what we see, hear, touch, all that, 5 senses, and there are each part of the brain which lights up. Now what happens? If I take psychedelic drug, LSD, what happens? You are bypassing the default mode network. So when you bypass default mode network, what happens is the brain, left brain, which is having the logical reasoning, calculation and all that, and the right brain, which is open, which doesn't have anything to calculate or be logical, it is more functional. It looks at an overall picture rather than just a small piece of information. So when it bypasses, what happens here is that this person goes on a ride. So it's called as traveling within. So you take a travel, you take a ride on your own journey, which will take you to previous lives, it will take you to peace, it will take you to bliss, or it will take you to pains, it will take you to sorrow, it can take wherever it will take. Because the default mode network is removed. And nobody knows what happens after that. There are some people who have reported various beings being sighted of different realms, gods, angels, this and that, or they have seen a lot of pain, they have seen their forefathers, they have seen their parents, they have seen what they were in the past life and all that. And that default mode networks, once you remove it, it can give you a lot of experiences. So the problem with this is you have to keep on having LSD all the time. you can't really do anything without LSD. So that becomes an addiction. So generally, if I have an LSD today, it will remain for around 4 months. And after that, I will not get the same experience, what I am getting. Now again, I have to go for an LSD. So then I become really dependent on LSD. But when I look at marijuana, if I look at brown sugar, I look at some other drugs, grass or whatever it is, including hookah, ganja, basically. If I have a good quantity of ganja and purified ganja, then that gives me a same LSD effect. And there are Mexican origin and Peru origin and so many.
And one more thing is that the skin of frog, some chemical is there on the skin of frog, and when we consume it, we have a dead experience, and then we come back from our dead.
No, that is correct. So there are so many of them, but all of these drugs, whatever we choose, will bypass the default mode network. So when we have this default mode network, that is a neuron firing to connect doesn't happen, it will make a random one now. So it will connect these synapses, gets connected to new connections. Right now we act in a particular way because we keep on connecting the same network. There is nothing like we are connecting to a new network. The jhana is that only. Savitakka savichara piti sukha ekagata is nothing but a good form of LSD, wherein you are bypassing your normal routines. The routines in the sense the process. Its job is to identify, here is my wife, here is my son, here is my daughter, here is my home, here is my car, here is my money, here is my insurance, here is my job, here is this, here is that. When we do this jhana, that is bypassed. Now the difference between this and this, I don't have to put so much effort on jhana. I can take the LSD, immediately it gives me the effect. Or that whatever frog thing, what you said, death. I want to see how dying is. There are various drugs which will simulate death. So you feel you're dead. Or you get into hibernation, basically. So when you hibernate, you don't know when you're going to come back. It can be 3 days, it can be 4 days, it can be 5 days. But you're not in coma. You're aware, but you're not coming back for a long time, which is nothing but sanya vedeta nirodha. But here the drug is working. Till the drug effect is there, the person cannot come back. Once a drug effect goes away, the person comes back, but his body is spoiled. So this is...
I thought the same answer. When I contemplate on this, I thought the same answer what you have given. It will be a temporary, it is not going to work forever.
Yes.
Normally with jhanas, we can achieve forever.
Yes.
And establish it, but it will give for some instant of time.
Yes.
It will be for some time.
Yes, so see, I'll tell you what. Now let us say I want to understand what is spirituality. So if I take an LSD drug, I will definitely understand spirituality in a very short time because it gives me that experience. It bypasses the whole system. And they call it as a ride. So you take a ride in your own journey. Till the drug is there, you are on the ride. So you will see different colors, different patterns, different living beings, different structures, different perceptions. They're not the normal perceptions.
But it won't be imagined, we will see really.
You will see it really. It's not that you are imagining anything, because you don't exist to imagine anything.
Okay.
In LSD, what happens is that you really experience whatever you want to experience. The consciousness creates everything, new ones, not the old ones. So that is the nature of it. So let's say there are some people who see ghosts everywhere, and they see demons, and they see creatures waiting for them to eat. So in their LSD effect, they have gone to the lower apayas without knowing that they are landed in apaya. So they experience all the fear, they experience all the turbulence, they experience all the anxiety. And when they are sleeping and they're sweating profusely because of the fear. And there are people who would have gone to heavenly realms of existence, so they are so happy. So both can happen.
At least it is danger only. Right?
Yeah, it is
We don't
danger.
know where we will go.
Yes, you don't know what ride you're going to take.
Oh, that's it. So we will take in a very peaceful environment with nature, then we will go to some expense.
No, that is what they feel, but there are people who, when they have taken LSD, they have gone to the wrong place. See, everyone would like to experience what is this. So they take a drug, and the drug will work. Once it starts working, nobody has any control over it. So it can take to the right destination or to the wrong destination, but you have to encounter. So when the person is given with LSD, he is told, you are on a ride. We don't know where it's going to take. So that's...
Okay, thank you, sir. You were about to conclude and I disturbed in middle.
No.
But I was having question about this.
Yes.
I get it clear.
Absolutely. No problem. And there is another drug. I am not able to get that. It's very weird.
Ayahuasca.
Ayahuasca. You know about ayahuasca, yes. So there are people in India also who sell or who give you ayahuasca. So normally,
What is the spelling of this ayahuasca?
AUYOHASCA. Ayahuasca.
Available everywhere in India.
There are...
Ayahuasca.
It's importantly in South America.
It's only in South America.
There are shamans who does all this process of ayahuasca in the South American jungles, like Amazon and all.
Okay.
See, the spelling is AYAHUASCA. Ayahuasca. Okay, so this is a drug, like what Suyog explained. The shamans will give that. They will prescribe the quantity of the drink. So once you have that, you will go in a ride. And we don't know where you're going to go. And the shaman will then, it's his job or her job to bring you back from that. I was seeing one video, Swati. I'll send you the link. I think I'll send the link in to all of you. That guy talks about where he found in Goa or somewhere. And he had that.
It's Ranveer Allahabad, yes.
It's available.
But yeah, But I think when whatever the things that are like you're putting it into your body, that's not natural.
It is not.
It's gonna cause some addiction.
But
when-
people said that it is a plant origin, it is natural only, and like that. Some excuses they will give to take that stuff.
Even hashish and ganja is also plant.
Plant origin, and it is good medicine, and everything is that. There is so many explanations they will give about this.
No, I'll tell you what, these sadhus, Naga sadhus, they keep on smoking that chulam. Okay, that is another drug. So once you have that, you'll start seeing Shiva. Because it creates that hallucination, and then your body doesn't feel anything. It doesn't feel cold, it doesn't feel heat. You can literally not have any cloth on your body, but you'll be fine. Okay, so it's an external. It's not really you're doing anything. It's an external thing.
Even I heard that when it is very cold or winter season, if you think about your mind and you just repeat it 3-4 times, wow, what a sunny weather it is. So our body feels like heating up inside.
Yes.
So we don't feel cold then.
Yes, no.
So that feeling, mind is creating that feeling that it is really hot.
No, mind is the one which is creating everything. Right now, as we see. Okay, so if you consistently feel that you are not feeling cold, after some time you'll start to sweat.
Yes,
Or
it is there.
if you are in a hot, like in Nagpur, where the temperature is 43 degrees centigrade, and if you really meditate and say that I am feeling cold, you really feel cold.
Feel cold.
You'll feel cold.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Then we meet.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Good night.
Good
Namo
night.
Buddhaya.
Namo Buddhaya. So when do we meet?
Fortunate to have guru like you.
No problem. Absolutely.
Thank you.
So we will meet after Suyo comes back, or we meet some other time.
You people meet, I can watch the videos later.
Okay. Fine. So then we will meet after 2 days. So today is Monday, right?
So Thursday. Thursday.
No, Monday. So Tuesday, Wednesday, so we'll meet on Thursday.
After 2 days, Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday. We'll meet on Thursday. Okay. Namo Buddhaya. Happy journey.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Bye.
Oh.